It's the AFC Championship game. You got to put it all on the line in order to win and try to get to the Super Bowl. And this is a great football team we're going up against. So I think all of us are going to go out there and give everything we have. Chiefs Kingdom is they're always passionate. They're always loud. I would just say, let's even take it up a notch. Let's see how loud this place can really get. But I always appreciate the support and the love that they show for us. And so I'm just excited for another AFC Championship game back at Arrowhead.
-10. Bobby Portis, the magic man, arrives just in time. 9.
Matt Jones may take it to the house and the dunk.
8.
Wilson will keep it. Nobody expected that.
7.
You gotta get out of here. Bobby Portis with a go-ahead home run. Oh my goodness.
6.
And that is Ken Hamlin.
5.
Number 5, you better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
4.
Look at the moves by Wilson.
Tough shot.
3.
Hagen Smith has tied the school record with 17 strikeouts.
2.
This is for Armstrong that goes down and makes a nice catch.
1.
Arkansas gets it right back. Council, and he lays it in.
This is The Morning Rush. Weekdays from 9 to 11 with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
It's the AFC Championship game. You got to put it all on the line in order to win and try to get to the Super Bowl. And this is a great football team we're going up against. So I think all of us are going to go out there and give everything we have. Chiefs Kingdom is they're always passionate. They're always loud. I would just say, let's even take it up a notch. Let's see how loud this place can really get. But I always appreciate the support and the love that they show for us. And so I'm just excited for another AFC Championship game back at Arrowhead.
This is The Morning Rush.
Tried to figure out why we were going to talk about Florida State right off the bat. Then I heard Kermit the Frog.
You just riled up Chiefs fans.
Then I heard Kermit the Frog come in there, and then the Chiefs are playing this weekend. So when I hear that, crank that back up. I like it. I know we're supposed to be offended, is what we're told. But I do think Florida State. But I've always thought that was one of the coolest chants, coolest traditions, whatever you want to call it, in sports. The old tomahawk chop. I remember with the Braves, that's where, to me, it really got started. But I'm sure it was there's probably a different origin. The Braves back in the 90s, it was the tomahawk chop.
It's an incredible atmosphere. It's more of a college vibe at Arrowhead this weekend. I've got a few Morning Rush listeners that have already told me they're going. Our friend David in South Arkansas, who hadn't called in a while, he's not going this weekend, but I know he's a diehard Chiefs fan. He'll be watching. That's the primetime game at 5:30.
Oh,
You've got
wait.
the Eagles and Commanders before that. To me, this is the better weekend than in 2 weekends from now.
Over under a number of bowls of gumbo I'll have by the time we get to the second game. Making gumbo for Sunday. People come eat gumbo.
Don't just
3.5.
I've got friends coming over, or I would, but don't disturb me on Sunday. I'm going to have lunch with buddies, and then I'm going to be on my couch.
I don't know. Colton was wanting to have a staff meeting, have a content meeting on Sunday.
That doesn't sound like something I'll be participating in.
Colton saying, no, I don't.
No chance.
I will be on the couch, Al Bundy style.
Let's have a content meeting about 4 o'clock.
That sounds awful. But no, this weekend's better than 2 weekends from now.
Talk about new segments. Can we do that? We'll have a meeting here in the conference room. We'll talk about content and new segment ideas on Sunday.
We need some new ideas.
So, hey, I'm gonna call it Football Friday. I know we got basketball, and it's hopefully there's some fast breaking going on at Bud Walton Arena. It's brought to you by QC Kinetics. I'm talking about the place you can go to get that joint pain relieved. The older you get, the harder it is to roll out of bed without your knees, back, shoulders, hips hurting. If you've been to the doctor, maybe you had an injury at some point, never healed right. Doctor said, well, I can schedule you for surgery in April. You got to live with that pain. You got to live with that, downtime you're going to have following the surgery. There's a better way with QC Kinetics. We'll tell you more. The letters PRP should mean something to you because they can provide that treatment to give you that lasting relief. 479-999-1234 is their number, 999-1234. QC Kinetics is right here in Northwest Arkansas.
I do have a question. I woke up like this.
Ow! 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 Oh!
Do they handle cricks in the neck?
Yeah, I don't know if they do cricks in the neck, but I'm an amateur chiropractor, so
I don't. I'm paralyzed from the neck down if I let you touch my back or anything else like
some
that.
say you're paralyzed from the neck up already. But
I wasn't going to say that's just a given.
I mean, you
but-
put it on a tee. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah, that's a given. But it kind of synced up, being that it is a football / Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetic. And again, I'm wondering if they can fix my neck that's been throbbing since I woke up. I don't get these too often, but I guess I slept wrong. And I woke up and I was like the first 5 or 10 minutes that I was up, my head was tilted the entire time. I couldn't move it. And I finally did. And it does not feel good. I know everyone has a remedy for when you have hiccups or if you get sick. Like, it's funny how many texts we get when someone's sick or whatever. And they said, this is what I do, this is what I do. So if anyone has a solution to get rid of a crick in the neck, call us or text us at 877-377.
You just got to do this deal. You know, you got to bob your head around.
I feel like that,
roll it around.
I feel like that's just going to hurt more. Better game on
like
Sunday.
a bobblehead.
Better game on Sunday. Eagles.
I got my massage gun in the car. I could let you.
I don't think that will help either.
Those work really well
yeah.
if you have the right attachment. So ones with different attachments, you got to find the one that's right for your neck, and it'll work some wonders.
I got my refereeing bag out there. I keep one with me.
I don't know where I had a whistle here. I don't know where it went. By the way, Justin thinks of the Braves when he hears that song.
Yeah.
Mafia Matt says that Sunday's the real Super Bowl. One of the few Bills listeners I know. Our team member Karen's excited for her Bills. I've got one of my best friends from college, Richie. He's a giant Bills fan, but the majority of people I know are Kansas City fans this weekend. And I don't know if I think it's better that the Bills won already this year to give them confidence that they can beat KC, or if it's worse because it's a rematch. You know how hard it is to beat a good team twice. Kansas City's not a good team. They're a great team. And the Bills have never won in Arrowhead. They've never beat them in the playoffs, period, since they got this run going. I just don't know how I feel if that earlier game in Buffalo helps them or hurts them when it comes to the dynamic of this game on Sunday.
All right, so looking forward to a big weekend there. Hey, if your business needs a website, Matchstick Studios can create one for you. Their platform is Modular Orange. It's $95 a month, and they take care of everything. You give them the content, the details, and hey, here's 3, 4, 5 pages of stuff I want on. Here's the pictures, and then boom, they put it all together. 2 to 3 weeks later, you got a great-looking business website. 479-755-3043. The other part, $95 a month. Let me say it again because you heard me right the first time. How can they do all that for $95 a month? I don't know, but I've got several friends that have went with Modular Orange for their business website. They love it. It's easy. It's convenient. 755-3043 or go to modularorange.com.
Do have some bad news before we get into our opening drive. The fence man has food poisoning and is not going to. He texted me this morning, so I want to know who poisoned Sean because I'm going to find them and hurt them. I've never.
That's the worst.
So in all my years, and as much as I've eaten, and I know it's coming at some point, but I've never had that. Knock on wood.
They say, like for you, if you had a bad pizza like Michael Jordan, that you don't ever want to eat that food again. I know, like pizza's your favorite thing.
Yeah, that would.
But
be,
like just the idea of eating whatever food made you sick again,
it's done.
It's done. If I've had food poisoning,
you don't know.
I don't remember it, but you know, you've eaten something that's made you sick. I guess that
you were too tough to call it food poisoning.
Well, maybe, maybe. But
you did have that one morning. You don't miss work often, but I just remember you texted me at 3 a.m. and I wake up and I'm half asleep and I'm seeing I can't. You said something to the extent of like I can't keep food or water down, so you're gonna have to carry it this morning. And I was just like, oh, that stinks. I mean, not that I haven't been sick before, but it hasn't been, to my knowledge, food related.
One of your lowest moments in life is when you're on the can with a trash can in hand. You know what? I don't need to get too graphic, but that's about as bad as it gets, right?
No,
the old two-way street.
Yeah, you feel pretty empty.
I thought that was rhetorical. Absolutely. That's you're just sitting there like I can't do anything to combat this whatsoever. It's awful. I'm sure people that are driving around this morning as they probably arrived at work late.
Great weight
here on
loss
Friday.
program, though.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it.
You need to drop 5 or 7 pounds real quick. That'll work for you.
So we will do our Fence Man Friday picks coming up in just a bit. Arkansas also plays Oklahoma this weekend. How about the dynamic? You didn't play the Sooners like in a sport that we talk about consistently. You didn't play them in football. This is the first time they're SEC foes. And I know you played them in Tulsa.
Well, they've been playing, yeah.
Yeah, I know you've been in Tulsa and you've been playing in the BOK Center the last couple of years, but they're kind of... cool. Well, hopefully they welcome to the SEC tomorrow night.
Does Cal keep the Musselman tradition alive of getting ejected in a OU game?
Yeah, that was seemed to be a streak.
That's kind of something we got going on there.
I guess the only time they won, I think, was with Nick Smith and Anthony Black when they went just berserk on that Oklahoma team. But I think they lost like every other game that Muss coached against the Sooners, if I remember that correctly. So yeah, we'll see if Cal gotten a tee yet? You keep track of those more than I do. Has Cal gotten one? Has he gotten teed up, Cole? No.
Not to my knowledge. I don't think he shot
I don't think he has either.
Him.
All right, we'll talk about that game coming up in our picks. Have you seen the thought of selling athletic departments? Have you seen that at all? Where people they evaluate, just like they would in an NFL franchise, an NBA franchise, anything, MLB. Have you seen like the evaluations and the thought process of doing that?
It's just like any other business. Now, other than the fact that you're not trying to make a profit. Now, the difference is, you can evaluate them, and Forbes and others have done that. The difference is, if I was looking at a business and trying to put a pro forma together on it, you would look at income and you'd look at expenses, and then you'd see, all right, bottom line, and at this interest rate, does the deal work? College athletics, they're not trying to meet a bottom line. It's just like the federal. Well, it's not as bad as the federal government, but it's second. So how could you, if you bought it, you would be wanting to make a return. So how would you change the business model to make a return on that investment? Because right now they're not even attempting to make a return.
Well, listen to this. This is from Dr. Ryan Brewer, who has a PhD from IU Columbia on the SEC Network. Listen,
smart guy.
Talk about this in our opening drive.
A lot of people could own a Forerunner, but you can only own one University of Notre Dame football team. You only own one University of Tennessee football team. So that could hypothetically drive the value higher if it gets into a ultra wealthy alumni bidding war.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
So you say, Ty, why are you bringing this professor into my sports radio conversation today? Because he evaluated Arkansas at 19th, $116 million, which is
is that 12th or 13th in our conference?
10th in the SEC.
Okay.
Higher than a lot of schools.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Because you've got that. One of the things, if I'm looking at a business deal, Ty,
you have a monopoly on the entire state.
Well, but I want to know what the steady streams of income are. What's the backbone from a revenue standpoint? Well, you got that SEC contract, right? That's a built-in deal. So, if I'm looking at an apartment complex, well, how many units I got and how many are rented now? Well, I mean, the SEC contracts, that's why you're 19th but 10th in the league. You don't have as big a stadium. Your revenue for tickets isn't as good, but by God, you've got that SEC deal that's not going anywhere. It's the annuity of all annuities.
So I've seen private equity firms buy restaurants and other businesses because they see their ROI and people just want to get out of the owning and the hassles of doing that. I mean, is this...
I just want to be an employee.
Yeah.
Until you're an employee.
Yeah, and you don't want to be that. But I'm thinking about this. We're seeing changes within college athletics pretty rapidly right now. This doesn't seem far off from someone legitimately owning an athletics department.
Well, hang on. Maybe a private school like Notre Dame. Maybe a private school. Give me another. Stanford's private, right?
Baylor.
Baylor. Maybe a private.
Brad's Baylor athletics department.
But who owns the facilities at the University of Arkansas?
Is it the state? Is that what you're about to tell me?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the taxpayers, right? I mean, those are facilities at the university institution, which is owned by the state.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know all the laws and the loopholes. Could they be leased? But first thing I think of is I could see where a private school could do this, but I don't really know how I really don't know how a public school is going to even have a conversation. I think this is a big nothing burger. It's fun. It's fun to talk about because you could put a valuation on it. You could certainly evaluate it like a real business, but no one would buy one of these and run it the way they're being run. Nobody.
But wouldn't you just...
And then who answers to who? When the chancellor's upset about the way things are, the coach hadn't won enough games, who's going to guarantee these contracts? There's a gazillion questions that would go along with this.
But if the money, if it makes enough, that the revenue is great enough where it seems like an opportunity where a big wig or big wigs would go in and do it. Doesn't this seem like, you mentioned the private versus public, which was one of the things I thought about, but I don't think we're far off from this. I really don't. The way things keep changing now in today's society.
Well, what would you rather own? I think I know the answer.
Like me,
like the 32nd NFL franchise. Who would be the worst NFL franchise to own? Some used to say Kansas City because of the size of the market. That's not the case.
Probably
any longer.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
My mind
Okay.
went to Jackson.
Okay.
Shad Khan,
Would you rather own the Jacksonville Jaguars or
Ohio State
or Notre Dame? Who would be number one in college football?
Ohio State. I think he had Ohio State. I think he had Ohio State.
Not under the current business model. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be for me.
Because
you got to share that revenue.
Yeah, you're talking about the television
TV
revenue.
and then all that bowl revenue. They split it they divide by one.
The Big Ten has a bigger payout than the SEC, and we're getting kind of in the weeds. I'll jump back, but I just thought this was interesting.
But it's minuscule, the difference.
But Notre Dame has a bigger payout than both schools with their conferences. So that makes sense if it would be Notre Dame.
So if you could own Notre Dame or Jacksonville, which one would you rather own?
Notre Dame. Tommy Kraft's Fighting Irish. Zach, I know you'd love that. All right, that is your opening drive here this morning. Before we get into our Fence Man Friday picks, it's brought to you by our team at First Financial Mortgage. I know I had a great experience. So many others have as well. I actually got recommended by my friends Bo in London, and I'm sure glad I took Ethan's advice. He answered all my questions, and he can answer yours as well. 479-782-9300. Again, 479-782-9300. You have a question, or you wondering about mortgages in 2025, give Ethan a call. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. All right, so Sean's not with us, so we're going to, Colton, you want to pick for Sean today? Do
Sure,
your best.
I will do my best to do as well as Sean does.
All right, let's see how we did last week. Missouri is a 6-point favorite at home tomorrow. What do you think, Tommy?
I'm just going to keep taking the Hogs, and eventually I'll be right. So I'm going with Arkansas, and I'll collect the points.
I can't have another negative weekend, so I, like you, am going to take Arkansas, not just to cover the 6-point spread, but I think, Sean, they are going to ultimately get their first SEC victory in Columbia tomorrow.
Well, I'm in agreement with you guys. There's only so many times we can be beaten and not by much, and I think we're trying to get our act together, so Hogs all the way.
Tommy, I'm surprised. This line's only like 8.5. Chiefs are favored. I would have thought it would have been double digits. I think it's going to be the Chiefs handily. I like D'Amico Ryans a lot, but I would be shocked if Houston was able to cover in this game.
I think this may be the least entertaining of the four games this weekend. I'll take the Chiefs.
Who you got in this one, Sean?
My wife is from Houston, so, she's going to take the Texans, and I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Washington at Detroit. Detroit's actually the highest favorite this weekend, Tommy, at 9.5. Dayton Daniels been awesome, but I still think Detroit's on a mission this year. I got the Lions.
I got the Lions winning, but Washington has that magic. I'll take Washington in the points, but the Lions to win the game.
All right, Sean, you going with the Detroit Razorbacks by 9.5, or do you think Jayden Daniels' magic continues?
No, I think they're going to end their season right here, and Detroit's going to take it.
The Los Angeles Rams going to Philly. The Lincoln Financial Eagles are 6-point favorite. A lot of disarray and discontent in that locker room. Does it turn over the field this weekend? The Eagles win by 7 or more this weekend.
No.
I'm with you. No. I think they win, but I think the Rams keep it about as close as it gets. I think Eagles by a field goal, Sean.
I'm a big Eagles fan, but I think the Rams, they're going to do it. They're going to pull it out.
Ravens at the Bills. Surprisingly, the visiting team is a favorite. You like Baltimore, don't you?
I like Baltimore in this game. They're the better team. They're the favorite for a reason. Give me Baltimore and Lamar Jackson.
So I'm going to take the Ravens, Sean, to win as the road favorites.
I'm going to take that black uniform Ravens. They're going to get it done,
We're
man.
all in the flock. Buckeyes or Notre Dame. Buckeyes by about 9.5. Actually, 9. I've got Notre Dame in this one. I think Ohio State ultimately wins, but I think Notre Dame keeps it close in this one, Sean.
I'm on the same page with you, or I really want to see Notre Dame pull this one off.
What was the biggest surprise? Washington last weekend?
Yeah.
Had to be.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll in our picks. Chiefs, I think 1.5-point favorites at home. Who do you like?
Give me the Chiefs.
I want the Bills to win so bad in this football game. but I just don't think they're going to. I think I got unfortunately, I have to pick Kansas City in this game, Colton.
Yeah, Kansas City for me as well. Buffalo, I can't stand the Bills. No,
I know you hate the Bills as a Dolphins
Good pick,
fan.
Sean.
Eagles,
Good pick, Vince, man.
Eagles -6 against the Commanders.
I'm going to go with the hot-handed Commanders. I'm going with
Bruce,
Washington.
The Fighting
In fact,
Bruce.
I'm going with Washington to win the whole thing.
I'll go with the Fighting Bruce Stans this weekend, but there's no shot they beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. What do you think, Colton?
Yeah, give me the Birds. Just too many weapons. Saquon, Galen Hurts is playing really well. I think that this is probably the end of the line for Jaden Daniels.
All right, we don't have lines yet. We're just going to pick these. Vols at Auburn. Tommy, I'm taking Tennessee. I think I know Bruce Pearl's talking about Janai Broome being close, but I like Tennessee to win this game tomorrow night. Big road win for Rick Barnes.
Tennessee can't score that many points. Alabama
That's
wins. They're going to score 100, and Tennessee wins. Bama wins by 10 or more.
Auburn.
What'd I say?
Bama.
The other school in that state. I was talking about the state, Ty.
They're going to smash LSU tomorrow night, I
That's
think.
the wrong matchup there. Auburn, even without Broome.
Who you got, Colton?
I've also got Auburn. They looked pretty well without Broome, and it's just been hard to win on the road in the SEC. And Tennessee, I really haven't made my mind up about them. Are they good, or are they just going to be, okay like they've always been? So give me Auburn.
Ole Miss at Missouri. I'm going to take the Tigers bounce back. Tigers lost earlier this week to Texas. Tommy, Ole Miss has lost 2 games. They lost to A&M, and they lost to Mississippi State this past weekend. So their losing streak continues. Chris Beard loses 3 straight. I've got Missouri.
What's the line again? Missouri, Ole Miss?
Well, it's not out yet because
what are you? We're just picking winners.
Picking winners.
Ole Miss.
I'll take Missouri.
All right, last game. Does Arkansas get on a winning streak for the first time in conference play tomorrow night against Oklahoma? Do they get it done?
Yes.
Think so?
Yeah. I think Arkansas wins the game. And in fact, I think they're kind of going to get hot here for a couple games. I think Arkansas by 7 or 8.
I know this is your favorite song to hear.
Turn that crap off, dude.
Did they bring that? I can't remember. Did they bring bands to basketball games?
No.
Okay. I didn't think.
What do you mean you can't remember? You not been to a game?
I couldn't remember for a sec. My mind is melted here on a football Friday. I've got Arkansas winning this game. I'm curious to see what this line. What do you think the line's end up being later this afternoon?
Arkansas by 4.
Okay. I got Arkansas. Colton, are you homering up, or are you going to take the Sooners in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to homer up, but not because I think the Razorbacks are just a lot better than Oklahoma. I really just can't stand Oklahoma, where I grew up in that corner of the state. As many Razorback shirts as you saw, there were just as many with those 2 stupid letters on there. So I'm taking the Razorbacks in this one to welcome OU very nastily into the SEC.
You would think you're Tommy's own kin, by the way. You just talked about the Oklahoma Sooners.
I can't stand them.
All right, that's our Fence Man Friday picks. Call Sean. Hopefully he's feeling better by next Friday. The Fence Man can do everything involving a fence, powered automatic gates. They do big industrial projects. It's the Fence Man, 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
All right, we got our Hog update coming up. We're going to hear from John Calipari in the locker room after the game. Big win for Arkansas. Hopefully it's the first, I'm not going to say many, but the first of a couple more this season. Don't want to go down in the dumps a little bit. Also got some other news, softball-wise and baseball-wise as well. We'll share that with you. It is a football Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics Conference Championship this weekend in the National Football League. Hope we have 2 dandies in Philly and in KC.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics in Bentonville. Get back to living your life.
0 to the other end for a throwdown.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
How about that, Quinn Grovey?
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place. 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
New for 2025 at the Golf Nut. Coming January 24th, Callaway Elite Woods and Irons. And coming January 25th, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf ball. Plus, they carry a full line of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Looking to improve your game? Schedule a lesson or a fitting on one of our indoor simulators. Call today to book your appointment. Visit the Golf Nut today at 5121 Towson Avenue and elevate your game. The Golf Nut. Your game, your style, your shop.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hoghats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Yo, I'm sorry they put me on TV. Oh, look. Whose nose is that? Big ass nose. No. They played this game for you, Boogie. Yeah. They said it's the second largest deficit in this building to come back and win. In the history, this building is 35 years old. Think about that. Look, the one thing that I told you at halftime, you're not going to go 0 for 10. You're going to start making shots. You can't let go of the rope when you're going through that.
Hopefully we'll hear some collapse after the game Saturday night. That's some Razorback basketball locker room coverage courtesy of Hogs Plus. It is cool to see after wins. Obviously, they're not going to put that stuff up after losses, but just to see on the joy in the guy's face, considering you start 0-5 in the league. You're 1-5 now. We'll see if you're 2-5 after tomorrow night. You take on the Sooners, 7:30, ESPN2, same time as Tennessee and Auburn. This will be a 2 TV setup type of night. I know Tommy and I have been talking about that a little bit this weekend. Women's basketball did not fare so great last night. They fell to Vanderbilt 101-60 in Nashville. I know they're struggling a little bit at 1-5. Hopefully Coach Neighbors can get them humming a little bit. They're just at a deficit talent-wise. I think it's pretty obvious, and hopefully, again, these losses don't continue to keep going in this direction. Tommy, I know your favorite thing is to hear where Arkansas finished in Learfield Cup standings. 14th.
This is bigger than what was it that Ohio State won? The what would they call that?
The national championship.
Yeah, but that's secondary to the Learfield Directors Cup.
Well, it is helped by the fact that you have good sports on campus like softball, Courtney Deifel.
This is the one that really matters.
Yeah, softball plays Oklahoma, by the way, the 13th, 14th, and 15th. So again,
where did we finish?
Bogopar, 14th.
Man. When's the parade?
I think you got to finish first to get a parade.
Who finished first in it, Ty?
I couldn't tell you. Didn't really care. I don't care, just to be honest. Anyone see Daniel Gafford get hit in the groin last night? I love Luke Dort. Did you see that, Colton?
That was rough.
Yeah, and it was a
targeted.
It was
targeted.
And the Dort Chamber's awesome. Like, big Oklahoma City Thunder fan, but I'm watching one of my favorite players on OKC just nail this Arkansas kid that I've loved watching all my life. I was like, I can't get on board with that. So he got tossed, and
that's an automatic.
Yeah, Mavericks ended up taking it last night in that game. So not the best, but that is the setup for OKC. They have had a big winning streak for a good chunk of time, and now you hopefully get back on track. That is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Clay Henry's going to join us coming up in about 30 minutes. Your calls and texts, again, more than welcome at 877-377-6963. Tommy, I was a little distracted in the sales meeting this morning because I was getting text about Morgan Wallen just announced a new concert. You've been to James Taylor how many times? I'm going to go 15? See him. Okay, so I don't feel as lame. I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you if it was lame for me to go see this guy for a fourth time. But you're okay.
That was my dad's deal, and it's kind of become our family deal. James Taylor. So, Dad loved you. It just
you're going to bring your late father into this to make me feel guilty for.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Normally, I wouldn't see someone 15 times to hear the same song that's been around 50 plus years, but it's just kind of a family deal with us.
Doing a James Taylor case. Well, let's ask our friend Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources.
Hey, I guarantee you, Larry knows some JT, the real JT.
Larry, what's the artist or band that you've seen the most over your life?
Van Halen, I think.
Van Halen, okay.
Yeah, because I saw him a couple times with David too. That's been around a long time, and everybody still loves him. So.
That's
a chance to see him a few years ago.
I can't afford the tickets, but I'd love to see the Eagles. I'd love to see the Eagles at the Sphere.
I know.
My uncle
saw that's going to be something else.
And I just saw where Kenny Chesney's going to do the Sphere.
Okay, I did see that.
But if you hadn't been to the Sphere, I hadn't been there for a concert.
You love the Sphere.
Well, I've only been there for their little
display.
You're a bad human. Global warming. all this stuff, You're Killing Earth movie that they run, but it's a really cool experience.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see a concert there.
Well, he's a Van Halen fan, and he's also a great friend of the show, and also occasionally gets a card out or $2 a lot. Larry, I know end of the month, you got papers all over your desk. Seems like we got papers everywhere here at the office.
Yeah.
What's it look like the end of the month for you guys at Rat Auto Resources and Rat?
Got all them pencil shavies, sharpen the pencils, Ty. Pencil
You
shaving.
should come by. You should come by and just feel the anxiety going on. It's been a slow start, you know. I mean, you get a little bit of that weather. You get coming out of those holidays, and we're selling a lot of cars, but not as many as we need to. And so we got to finish strong, folks. You could really help us and save yourself some money in the process. We got a great inventory. Road Ready certified used cars with warranty. You're not going to do better than that. Best used cars your money could buy. You got to come in and check that out. If you're selling a car, folks, let us give you a free second opinion on that. You can walk out with cash in your hand. We're outbidding people all the time. We need those cars. So before you let somebody trade for your car too cheap or you sell your car too cheap, come on in and see us for a free second opinion. Walk out with a check in your hand. We make it really, really easy to sell your car as well. And, great things going on with the Mitsubishi brand. We're so excited about that lineup. If you haven't seen the Outlander, folks, check that out. Best car in the class, best value in the class. It's got that 10-year warranty on it. Some great incentives right now, and we've got a good inventory of those as well in Springdale. So lots of good things going on. Buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in the Meineke Car Care Centers right now as well. So we got great things going on. We'd love to get you rolling with Rath. So come see us this weekend. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online, rathauto.com.
And you might as well jump, right? Jump.
You might as well jump. Yeah, that's not my favorite, man. You got to go back.
It's Fast Break Friday on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Bland off a screen, top of the circle, buries the three-pointer.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about? Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush.
No, hell no.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Do you need help with your next project? Metters Lumber True Value is here to help. A family-owned business since 1936, the staff has more than 90 years of experience in construction and the hardware business. If they don't have what you need, they know how to get it, and they are more than happy to accommodate your special order. So whether it's building a new deck, a paint project around the house, or needing a new set of tools, Metters Lumber True Value has everything you need. With locations in Alma, Ozark, and Clarksville, and you can shop online at metterslumber.com. Metters Lumber True Value.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
Hey, Todd Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage. My mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations. Over 300 5-star reviews.
Yeah, Todd, we pride ourselves on delivering a 5-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
It's Todd Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. Cecil, this is the one-stop shop.
Yes, Jazzco Graphics Design, the one-stop shop, 2415 Midland, for your customer buck order.
Why ESPN 95.3?
I really enjoy listening in, and it keeps my day going while I'm at work. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
At Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at CarpatSocial.com.
Cal going to wear red again this weekend? He going to wear red against Oklahoma?
If he doesn't, they'll lose.
He going to wear has he put all the blue sport coats to the back of the closet at this point? Because this is clearly the biggest thing that affects the shots going in or out.
You're wearing green and blue this weekend. You look nice, but no red.
Hey, what do I got on?
Yeah, blue.
Nope, no red.
No red at all. That's a bad omen.
But it's not game day.
Bad omen.
It's not game day.
Yeah.
You don't have any red on either.
It's red.
It's not
it's
Razorback
fat
red,
ESPN.
That's the company logo. I mean,
I'm a corporate man.
Clearly, you hate the Razorback.
Bristol,
but
L.A., New York.
All right, seriously though, Arkansas this weekend, can they get it going 2 in a row? I don't know that OU's any better than Arkansas. I know they spent more time in the poll, but I don't think that makes them any better at this point. Can Arkansas get it going 2 in a row, regardless of the color of sport coat that that Cal wears?
So we're either like
Club Dub.
Either we're happy after the game, or it's like, oh, that win was.
Sounds like a lot of.
It's just, I think that I really do think they win this weekend. Now, I thought I would have bet the house on them going to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, win that game over LSU. They didn't. So, but I think they're going to win this weekend. I've been pretty honest. I didn't feel good about the Ole Miss game, Tennessee game. I don't think I felt good about the Florida game either. But, yeah, I think they win. And I do think Cal, while he might not wear the red suit, will wear some form of red. Because if they lose, whether he likes to admit it or not, he's going to get pelted by Razorback fans.
Here's the thing I was thinking about when we were talking of this yesterday. I was just this seems crazy because because we've gotten text this morning already wanting to know if Bet Saracen has a lineup on whether he's going to wear red or blue to the game. I mean, this is nutso, right?
They're coming at Chuck, too.
Yeah, I know. He said that was plum. I heard him talking yesterday. It's a plum sport. He said he wouldn't wear it again. I mean, this is how nuts we are. I'm thinking, man, Cal and his circle of people got to think we are just the craziest. Then I reminded myself, he spent 15 years at Kentucky.
In Lexington.
This is nothing to the level of crazy he is used to do. So this nonsense of talking about his sport coat,
let me ask you.
He's used to this.
Let me ask you this. If the roles were reversed, Cal was in Fayetteville for 15 years, Kentucky fired their coach and pulled in Cal. You think Kentucky fans would be happy if he had any sort of red on him at all? I mean, he had reds.
Oh, no, they go crazy. But
right?
All I'm saying is this is crazy. In fact, this may be another level, an elite level of crazy, but Kentucky fans in his 15 years went well beyond that. So
I've always
as dumb as I think this is, he has experienced far worse in 15 years in Lexington.
Just say
we're not going to scare him off with something like
if
this.
He said something like, well, my wife thinks I look best in blue or something, I mean, Razorback fans would go to a frenzy or something. I've been told, again, you make fun of me for wearing powder blue, but it brings out my eyes and it brings out my hair, and I look good in like that powder blue suit that I got at Rainwaters.
Yeah, you sure do.
I look good in it.
You sure
I've
do.
never worn a red suit in my entire life, even though I'm Razorback born, Razorback bred, and when I die, I'll be Razorback dead. But I don't own a red suit. Never worn it. And so if I held myself to the same standard as the Arkansas basketball coach, then I would probably get stoned, to be honest. So I do think your original question was, does he wear red?
Well,
he
that
will
was
wear
kind of a joking question.
He will wear some form of red.
Does Arkansas get a winning
keep
streak
it humming.
going? Is 2 a streak, or do we have to have 3? Where does the streak begin? I haven't. Someone Siri that. Google that.
All I know is if they win on Saturday, like the plan was to go to Lexington next week. Not going to do that anymore because not a lot of confidence.
Oh,
but if
fair weather fan, huh?
Just hear me out. Hear me out. We had a 12-day marathon that day, filled with beer, pizza, and fun. If they win next week, and I know we're jumping to conclusions because I don't even know if they're going to win on Saturday night, I will regret not going to Lexington for the rest of my life. To hear the boos rain down when Cal walks in the building. Because the people that thought he was going to get even a bit of cheering are delusional. When he steps foot, when they smell John Calipari step foot in that arena, the boos will rain down from then on. That's not fair.
Are you
That's
saying
not
Cal
valid.
stinks? How are they going to smell it?
No. He probably has an aroma about him. And
he has an aura about him.
An
that's for
aura,
sure.
aroma, whatever. He's not going to get any type of cheer when he steps foot. That's not fair to him based on his track record and a lot of the early success. They had multiple Final Fours, national championship runner-up. But
what do you think he smells like? Is he Old Spice or is he Brute?
Well, he's a Pittsburgh guy, so smell Phil Elson. Tell you what. Next time you see Phil,
He smells like a cheesesteak.
when you're out, no, Phil would slap you for saying that. He wants to smell like Permane Bros. Next time you're out and about, and you see Phil, don't say hi, don't do anything,
just go
up and smell him. Now, his Yinzer will come out and he'll look at you and probably say, "What the you know what?" And then you'll say, "Well, Ty said to go smell you.
Ty said to sniff you up
to see what Cal smells like." All right, I'm sure that Nate and Christian were happy they paid for that question here. That's your Cart Pass Social daily question. I'll tell you what you'll be happy for: paying for a bay at Cart Pass Social. It's an awesome place, cost effective, best simulators in Northwest Arkansas. You can play all these majors. You can practice. Like, for example, I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona for the Waste Management Scottsdale coming up in 2 weeks. You could play that if your heart desires. You can play Augusta. You can play all these different courses. You can play courses in Arkansas. They have snacks and beverages, but it's BYOB. So if you want to bring your own, you can do that. Ask about league play. Ask about the hole-in-one challenge. Ask about anything you want golf related. They're going to do their best to figure it out. Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, 479-487-3622. That's Cart Pass Social. By the way, speaking of golf, you see that Nebraska guy that hit that full court putt for a Porsche?
He lines up a putt cross court for a new Porsche. He's got the line. It rolls smoothly down the court, braking and gaining speed. It looks like it's a good line, and it's in.
Is it Porsche or Porsche? I've always said Porsche.
I've always said Porsche.
Okay,
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. That's a fancy schmancy car that I'll never be able to afford, so it really doesn't matter if I have to know it or not. By the way, our friend Lane Whitman, who now joins us, we're going to talk some Oaklawn with Lane coming up in just a sec. But Lane did tell me that he thinks it's going to be -2 later on tomorrow night in Bud Walton Arena.
Yeah, he would know. Lang, good morning. I know you're excited to have some racing. Our update from Oaklawn brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration. Last weekend, kind of spotty because of the cold weather, but looks like we're going to have some great racing. And one of the biggest prep races for the Arkansas Derby is this weekend with the Southwest Stakes.
Yeah, we got racing today through Sunday. Next week had racing yesterday as well. Next week is also a 4-day race week. And just to do some house cleaning real quick, there has been some changes on today's card with the post times. They've moved up the first race to 12:05 instead of 12:35. After the third race and after the sixth race, they're going to take a 30-minute break, and they're going to have horses from the backside come out there and get a little training in. They've missed training during the cold mornings here recently. Some horses are behind on their training, so they're moving up the first post time, taking some time during the races today. So between the third and the fourth race, and between the sixth and the seventh race, there's going to be an hour between those races. 30 minutes of that time will be devoted to horses out there training. Yes.
I know that's unusual. I mean, when's the last time something like that's happened?
I don't know. They did it for one little session yesterday for the horses that are running in the Southwest and some that are running in the stakes races tomorrow that we'll get to in a second. They moved up the first post to 12:15, but before that, man, you got to go back a few years.
All right, so
I remember them doing it before, but it's been several years ago.
All right, so we got the $1 million Southwest Stakes and 5 other stakes races. I think I added it up. There's over $2 million in stakes races on Saturday alone.
Yes, 6 stakes races on tap on the 12-race card tomorrow at Oaklawn. The stakes races start at the 5th race with the King Cotton Stakes, 6 furlongs, $1,000. The 6th race, the General MacArthur Stakes, a mile and a half for $140. The 7th race, 5th Season Stakes at 1 mile for $150,000. The 8th race is the Bugler Stakes for 6 furlongs for $140,000. The 9th race, the Martha Washington Stakes, a mile and a 16th. $300,000 on the line. Kentucky Oaks points on the line for horses here as they move toward the Fantasy Stakes at Oaklawn toward the end of the meet, and then to the Kentucky Oaks. And then the 10th race, the main event, the Grade 3 Southwest Stakes, $1 million on the line at a mile and a 16th. Kentucky Derby points on the line to the top finishers, 20 points to the winner, 10 points to second place on down the line through 5th place. This race was won last year by Mystic Dan, who eventually would go on to win the Kentucky Derby by a nose. The morning line favorites tomorrow include horse number 1, Gaming, from the barn of Bob Baffert, shipping in from California. Horse number 7, Patch Adams, from the barn of Brad Cox, who weirdly got his first win of the meet yesterday. I don't know what's been going on, the coldness of the Brad Cox barn, but maybe he's shaking off a little rust right now. Patch Adams is going to run a big race tomorrow. And horse number 6, one you might need to look at, Sandman, from the barn of Mark Cassie, among the field of 10.
All right, real quick, you got a long shot for today that people need to circle as they're driving 270 or maybe coming over from Saline County. What's the best long shot today?
Yeah, my best bet didn't fire at all last week, so we're going to try to double up here. Let's hit a long shot. Maybe that'll take care of the losses last week and double up on some wins today. We're going to go to race number 6. Horse number 2, Rockstar Parking, at 10-1 on the morning line. She last raced January 3rd and came in last, beating 18 lengths in her first start off a 3 or 4 month layoff. But looking back at her back races before that, she was competitive last summer at Prairie Meadows Track in Iowa at the $30,000 claiming level. She's dropping down to the $10,000 claiming level today, so that's a positive. She gains the riding services of leading jockey at Oaklawn, Christian Torres, another part that I like. In her past, she has raced 9 times at Oaklawn, 6 times been in the money, including 3 wins. She's ran the 6 furlong distance that she's racing today 14 times in her career, 9 times in the money with 5 wins. So I expect improvement from Rockstar Parking in her second start off the layoff. You add Christian Torres to ride while dropping in class. That's a lot of positives in her favor.
All right.
So I'm going with number 2 in the 6th race, Rockstar Parking, as my long shot of the day.
All right, Lang, we're out of time. Appreciate it. Our update with Lang Whitman, you can find him on the web at the Railbird 333 on social media. It's brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration, 479-353-3877. I'm having trouble with a roof. Brother came over, sent his team out, looked at it, met with the adjuster. We're on our way. If you've ever had a problem with a roof, you know it can be a hassle. Brother can eliminate the hassles. 479-353-3877, Brothers Roofing and Restoration.
Selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
What's better than getting something for free? Winning. And with the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, you get the chance to do both. For $5, you get 3 tickets, a Powerball ticket with Power Play, a Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. That's 3 ways to win. So ask for the $5 bundle today. Bundle is eligible with Quick Picks only. Offer ends February 28th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button? Learnit.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learnit.com today.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats hats, and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561. Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call. Cleans it all.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny skies, a high this afternoon into the lower 40s. We'll end up with a clear sky tonight and overnight low upper 20s. We'll see sunny skies, a little bit more cloud cover sneaking in here later Saturday, a high on Saturday into the lower 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3.
It's an AFC Championship game. You got to put it all on the line in order to win and try to get to the Super Bowl. And this is a great football team we're going up against. So I think all of us are going to go out there and give everything we have. Chiefs Kingdom is they're always passionate. They're always loud. I would just say, let's even take it up a notch. Let's see how loud this place can really get. But I always appreciate the support and the love that they show for us. And so I'm just excited for another AFC Championship game back at Arrowhead.
This is the Morning Rush.
Oh. Not a Chiefs fan. Yeah,
Tommy's a Florida State fan now.
I'm not.
Why are we playing the Seminoles fight
Breeze
song?
Shoes University.
Oh, man. Chiefs, Bills this weekend, prime time.
I'm a Braves fan at heart when I was a kid. That makes me think about the Tomahawk Chop, Fulton County Stadium, then in the Olympic Stadium, whatever that was called. They were on their third one in my lifetime now, but yeah. Makes me think about Atlanta Braves baseball. Tom Glavine.
Clay's in Chiefs country up in north central Arkansas. Clay, how many Chiefs flags have you seen flying around the last couple days? People, I guess, pretty supportive lately.
I don't remember seeing a Chiefs flag. I have seen people wearing sweatshirts, hats, license plates. If you just move a little, like, sometimes I make day trips to Branson. Well, then it's big time.
Then it's big time.
Yeah.
It's all Branson's so funny. You see Missouri stuff and you see Arkansas stuff.
You see it all in Branson. All right. Football Friday here on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative care. PRP. What is that? I mean, they take the healing properties from your own body. Probably heard about this. You ought to research it because QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this, and they put those healing properties right into the joints where you hurt the worst. So if your doctor said, got to do surgery on that disc, got to do surgery on that back, that neck, that shoulder, that knee, there's a better way to do it without surgery, drugs, or downtime and get the relief and in the mobility you're looking for. 479-999-1234 is the number. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
Speaking of apparel, I guess, Tommy, we didn't send you the memo that we were going to wear these ESPN Arkansas jackets this morning.
Oh, yeah, you boys are twinking out,
We are matching this morning.
I looked at mine in the closet, and I passed over it. I didn't know why, but now I know why.
One of us has to change, Shine. I think it should be you because you have a great plethora more of things to wear other than I do. Yeah,
That's fair. All right, guys, breaking news. Clay, I know you love talking former Razorback coaches. A former GA, I guess it was on Lou Holt's staff. Clay, correct me if I'm wrong. Pete Carroll just announced, according to Adam Schefter, as the new coach of the Raiders. 3-year contract, 4-year, depending on how things shake out. Clay, any initial thoughts on 70-plus years old Carroll still sticking around the NFL?
I haven't really been around him of late. I mean, he's been out of coaching. Is he primed for that kind of a all-consuming job? I don't know, but it's that's typical of the Raiders, and that's a dysfunctional organization. It was under Al Davis. It is under, is it Mark Davis?
Yep, his son.
I think it's the same. I mean, he needs to have total control if he's going to do that, and I don't know that if a Davis has ever been willing to do that. They're about as dysfunctional as the Cowboys, and the only thing I can say, he's going to have nice weather most of the year. Sometimes it's going to be too hot, but he probably will like part of what that job is. He's in a really good division. That's going to be tough.
Think about it. You got the Peyton with young Bo Nix, who they had a season that no one expected. Harbaugh comes to the Chargers. They're better than I think a lot of people expected. And then the best team in football, the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah, you're exactly. It's just, I wouldn't want to wade into those waters. Evidently, Brian Schottenheimer, you mentioned the Cowboys. Brian Schottenheimer has become a candidate for the Dallas Cowboys, so we'll see what route they take. But that is the big news. I think it's occurred within the last 20 or 30 minutes that Pete Carroll, newly named coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Former Razorback graduate assistant.
Yeah.
Was that Holtz or Broyles, Clay?
He was under Holtz.
Oh, he wasn't? Okay.
Brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The top brands like Grand Design, Forest River, and Brinkley are there. You get a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. It's at Wheels RV. Award-winning customer service. You'll always find it. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Phillips in Bentonville. He wants to talk a little basketball this morning. Arkansas, Oklahoma, first time you play the Sooners in the SEC as official conference members tomorrow night. Philip, you're on the Morning Rush.
Good morning, guys. Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy.
So, it's not as big up here as it is probably in Spencer, Arkansas area. But what is the thought on, like, is it going to be rocking with, because they're close by? Is some of the OU fans going to travel?
Well, I was talking to my radio host buddy who months ago was all in on this, and he said Sooner fans were excited to see Bud Walton and everything else, but guys, they're 1-5 just like Arkansas is. Yeah. So I don't know how many fans are going to make it over.
It's a good time of the year. It's not going to snow this weekend, right? So Clay, that means all the oil stains will get on the parking lots at the university if the fans do travel over from Oklahoma. But you can hear them coming because the squeaky fan belts always are a dead giveaway, right?
Well, the problem is, first of all, you better have a lot of tow trucks around for jump starts because, they got old batteries. It's just, those
cold
old
weather's hard on
Suburbans.
them batteries, yeah.
It's kind of interesting if you go, and I've got a lot of friends in Oklahoma, 14 years in Tulsa, and kind of talking to people. I was talking to somebody in the media this week about something else, and I know what it was. It was I'd written a piece about Tommy Trantham passing, and a couple of guys called me, and we got to talking about the Thunder and what it has done to Oklahoma basketball, and I don't mean University of Oklahoma, but I'm talking about the interest in, say, Tulsa or ORU or OSU or it's all about the Thunder now.
Mm-hmm.
And basketball fans have gravitated away from college basketball in that state, which is very interesting because it used to be, that's the 1 year they produced Mark Price, Wayman Tisdale, and Steve Hale. 3, just blew chip as you could have. And I mean, it just, that was when I was there, and there was a good college basketball game to cover every night, when I was the college basketball writer. And that's not the way it is now. And there is not the interest. There is not, that's why you've seen OU coaches sometimes, guys have left. They don't, Kelvin Sampson didn't, it wasn't, Oklahoma basketball was tough to get people excited about. And I don't know that you're going to have, like a huge throng that just clamors for tickets Saturday night, wearing, what do they call it? Crimson and cream or whatever they don't, it's not cardinal, it's crimson.
Yeah.
That's their color.
I think that's their collective name,
now
too.
I mean, Clay Moser's a heck of a coach, and it will be a tough, hard-nosed game because that's the way Arkansas has decided they want to play, and that's certainly the way Clay Moser plays. But as far as, okay, is this going to be a huge basketball rivalry? Well, basketball isn't that big there. It just isn't, and you got the best team in the NBA playing the most electric basketball in the Thunder.
Yep.
And it's just dominating the coverage of all the newspapers. I mean, the Tulsa papers, they staff their games. I mean, it's the big news. And they got the best player, and one of Cal's old guys, and, they got the Arkansas players. So I don't know if it can be what we, might have imagined, just as, I'm an older guy. So, when you say, well, let's have a Oklahoma-Arkansas rivalry, that, it doesn't really work from their half. I haven't seen, they played in Tulsa, and Arkansas dominated the attendance in that game. So you're not going to have Sooner fans coming over here, in a huge number. And, I mean, I'm not sure
how many
tickets are available for them anyway.
Yeah,
you don't have road tickets
like you do in football.
I'd almost be as far stretched to say that you might see more Oklahoma softball fans in town for the 13th, 14th, and 15th
Yeah,
of March
you're probably right on that.
than actually tonight or tomorrow night.
They've got kind of a cult following there because of that program, how dominant they've been, and that's what happens if say Clay Moser got hot, but they're not hot. They're coming in, they're kind of limping into town. Now they're a good team. I don't mean that. But they've kind of got kicked in the face by the SEC, just like their football team did.
Yeah, hopefully Arkansas does some kicking tomorrow night. Speaking of coming in town, Tommy, I've got to ask you this. I've been wanting to ask you this for an hour.
Oh boy!
It's old DC Dylan Kraft's birthday, 15th today. Are you doing the rightful fatherly thing and taking him to Arkansas and LSU in gymnastics night so he can meet Livy Dunn? Because I guarantee you he wants to go.
He hasn't brought it up.
He hasn't? Okay.
You would be proud. He wants to have a few buddies over tomorrow night.
Okay.
I think he's old enough he didn't call them sleepovers anymore. They're just
he's 15. Yeah.
He's got one.
We're going to hang out.
They're going to hang out. They're going to play Xbox, and they're going to be really loud, and I'm not going to sleep well. But it's his day, and that's fine. They want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and eat wings till they can't stand it anymore. That's what he did last year. So you would be proud.
Wings Coke Sports.
Yeah.
Not Wings Beer.
I'm not a B-dubs guy, but it's what he wants to do. So.
I love it.
I got a question for you, Tommy.
I am proud of him. Go ahead,
sorry,
Clay.
Ty.
No, you're good.
I went to I go to Colorado every year and hang out with the Gage family. They'll have little Wyatt's, I think he's 9 now, maybe he's 8, but he'll have friends over, and their playroom is in the basement, the same place the guest bedroom is, the kind of, my quarters, so to speak. And, they've got 3 TVs, and, they got PlayStation, and they got all that. They've got like a hockey area where you can play, indoor hockey downstairs in the basement.
That's awesome.
And they're getting rowdy, and it's about 11:30, and I'm going fishing early the next morning with his dad, and so I was like, man, I gotta. The adults, the rest of the adults are asleep upstairs, and it's just me to kind of referee and get them in order. And I texted my daughter Sarah, who at that time was a principal, and I said, what can I do with these young boys? And yours are too old for this. He says, Dad, just walk out there and say, the police and Santa Claus. One of the two will work.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you tell that age boy. I guess the police. Hey, I know the police. I mean, what y'all are doing is we'll get you a night in jail. I know them, and I'm gonna call them. So you got to have something to. What can you take away?
Indoor hockey.
I don't know. You can't take away their keys. They can't drive yet, can they?
I've got a buddy.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to eating wings. That's the only highlight I get is to go to B-Dubs, and they've got this new Chipotle maple bacon something.
That sounds good.
And I had it for lunch the other day. It's good.
Now, are you going to be sitting?
That's going to be it for me.
Now, is Dylan at that stage? Because this is unfortunate about being a parent. It's not so much grandparents, but like he's at that stage. And maybe this is more of a daughter-father thing, but they kind of shoo you away a little bit. He wants you to be there to pay the bill, but he doesn't want you to sit with this friend group.
100%.
Okay.
Tommy, you can just sit at the bar, right? You're going to need something hard.
Laura, come pick me up.
The funniest thing is he had one of these slumber parties, as we'd call it in the day, and they were downstairs, had the lights off. They were watching a movie or something, and I heard one of the boys say something I would deem inappropriate about one of the girls at school. And they didn't know I was entering the room, and I called in kind of that fatherly tone as best you could, muster it up. You've heard Baylor Brad do this. I know Clay's done this. You kind of clear your voice, and I'll just call him John to protect the innocent, John. Would you like to repeat that? And all the other boys just started busting out laughing. It was so funny. It's those are the kind of things you live for as a parent. That moment to embarrass your child or one of their friends in front of the world. Oh yeah, in front of their group.
The best one I ever heard, it came from Dudley, and he was, I guess he was coaching his daughter's fast pitch softball team, and teenage girls, and it was between games, and he's sitting in the stands ready, kind of getting his mind, he's got his scorebook, got the lineups, and there's some boys sitting around him, and 2 or 3 of the girls, including his daughter, walked by down, 3 or 4 rows down, and one of the boys made a comment.
Oh, jeez.
And he's like, that's Lindsay, and that is my daughter, and I'm going to take one of these aluminum bats to your head if you say something like that again. I mean, he wasn't going to do it, but Dudley's like, I had to say something. It was time to speak up.
Defend her honor.
I love that. All right, real quick before we jump back into this weekend, NFL Conference Championship, Arkansas basketball, Oklahoma. Matt Lauer, the old TV studio or anchor, and I forget what station it was. NBC. All right, so he's a POS, right? Yeah. And so when I was working in Nashville, Vince Gill, we did a radio show with him every year. It's cool. It was the coolest thing, and it's like a legend that I'm just sitting from me to you, me to Colton or whatever.
Good. Well, he's playing with the Eagles right now. About as good a guitarist as you're going to come across.
I can't remember if it was his buddy or if it was Vince's daughter that walked by. And Lauer goes to Gill, goes, are those real? And he goes, well, I would think so. She's my and he just was mortified. And that's like the perfect perverted news TV dude that thinks he can get away with
everyone. He lived
up
to his reputation.
Yes, very much so. Right. But that story that you told Dudley kind of reminded me of that a little bit.
So, hey, we're brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. If you're looking for a turnkey solution for your construction project, APAC and Standard Materials Group is Northwest Arkansas's #1 provider for aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. If you need help with your construction project, turnkey, they can provide it. APAC can help you with the surveying, the engineering, the construction, drone capabilities, trucking, and logistics, all under one roof. Call 479-587-3300. That's 587-3300, and get ready to get started with APAC and Standard Materials Group.
So Philip was listening in Bentonville earlier. We get calls and texts all throughout Clarksville, Mount Ida, Paris, all throughout the state. But if you're ever outside the state, if you're outside of our listening area and you still want to listen, you can. Hit that Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
There's even a button on the app where you can text from the app.
Yeah, you can. It's awesome. All our videos, all our content's on the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell, and you can try the new Cravings Value Menu with 10 items to choose, priced for $3 or less. at any Taco Bell locations. Clay, if you're in Colorado, like you were talking about, with
I've done it.
Yeah, it's easy.
I've done it all the way across Kansas on I-70. I've
plan-
listened to you guys. Yeah,
You can see all the way.
Actually, I was
you
probably
can
listening
see
to
all the
Phil
way
and
across
Matt.
Kansas on
We are-
I-70.
So, like when we're in Scottsdale in 2 weeks, and we're getting to the course at 3-4 in the morning, like I'm gonna need something
now
to do.
you're bragging.
So I'm gonna-
Now you're bragging.
Well, because we want to run to get on 16. I'm gonna listen to Chuck and Bo when it hits 5 a.m. because it'll be 5 a.m. there and 6 a.m. here. So I'm gonna
it'd be
right
7 a.m. here, right? 2 hour difference,
Is
right?
it 2 in Phoenix?
Arizona's different.
They've got
I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, they're kind of cut up. They kind of do their
Okay.
own. But I think it's 2 hours.
Okay, then when I'm
In Vegas, it's
even
2
better.
hours.
I can start listening at 4 a.m. rather than 5 a.m. or whatever. But it's great.
You're going to get up at 4 to run out there and get.
Well, we're just going to go straight from the bar to there.
I don't
Just
think Arizona does daylight savings time. It's one of those weird states, so it's different for different times of the year.
You're a big
Normally, it's 2 hours.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
big Sedona. Sedona's like your haven. I feel.
Well,
like
I've been twice.
But
I like Flagstaff.
You come back and it's like I've never seen you like more joyful than you.
Oh, I love Sedona.
You lit up like a Christmas tree talking about Sedona.
Well, Clay's been. If you've been to Flagstaff, you've
same thing.
Yeah, I mean it. But Sedona's even.
You get up there and see the Grand Canyon. I mean, all that area. That there's diversity. I don't like Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe. I don't like that. I like Tucson.
It's not your cup of
Flagstaff.
tea.
Yeah. I'm going to Sedona in July. So looking
And the
forward to it.
average age of like Scottsdale is like 91.
Yeah. Do you fit right in?
Yeah. I mean, it's,
You didn't expect that from me, did you?
well, yeah. I mean,
what's he doing?
I pulled the average age down just a little.
Just a
not
hair.
much. Not much.
I want to go to the north side of the Grand Canyon. No, I mean only like 10% of the people in the world that ever see the Grand Canyon see it from the north rim, and if you're up
Gonna
that
have to
way.
work a little bit,
Got to work
yeah.
a little bit, but you can get to it from that direction.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
All right, so this weekend you got 2 good NFL games. Bills, Chiefs, that's your primetime game, and Philly and Washington. Clay, Tommy, and I have kind of jumped on the Commanders. I know you brought up, and help me on this, you sent his picture on Monday. Why am I blank?
Washburn.
Jeremiah Washburn, who's the defensive line coach. We talked about him on Monday about the
With
Eagles.
the Eagles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you've got a rooting interest,
Line coach?
obviously. It's defensive ends and
He's
linebackers.
outside
linebackers, I
linebacker
thought.
and ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, the ends are defensive linemen too. So yeah, he's got, I think they run a 3-4. So he's got, several players. But it's I love Jeremiah. And, I'll text him during season when I see something interesting, along with his dad. And so he's my NFL guy. And we're tentatively set for an interview in about 3 or 4 weeks when the season's over. I hope their season lasts a little longer. And it's, I'm talking to him about a Super Bowl, but man, they're good, and they've got, they've got a lot of weapons on that offense.
Yeah, Brown, Smith, Barkley, Hurts. when he wants
Barkley,
from-
when they can run the ball because of Hurts and Barkley, and that makes it tough on a lot of defenses because you don't see that combination of elite running backs in the backfield together. I mean, and that's what Hurts is. Let's just be honest. He's a elite running back that can throw a little, and he's gotten better in his throwing. And I think his shoulder was messed up last year, so that was a problem. But I think he's pretty healthy right now. It's weird that you've got 2 teams from the NFC East.
Yeah.
And
No Cowboys.
No Cowboys.
Yeah.
And that's what the Cowboys face. And everybody is like, well, the Cowboys, when are they going to come back? Well, first of all, they got to get out of their division, which I don't know that they can.
Yeah, we were talking about scum earlier. Matt Lauer and Washington gets rid of Dan Snyder, and all of a sudden they're not just relevant, but on the brink of a Super Bowl and
Makes
everything
sense,
else.
though.
Yep.
Makes sense,
Yeah. Here's a question that I wanted to pose to you two and Colton and anyone else that wants to jump in at 877-377-6963. So you got the games this weekend, right? 2 and 5:30 Sunday. It's how it's been. I know there was a little shakeup when they added the wild card games. Super Bowl, we know it's going to be 2 weeks from Sunday, 5:30 or whatever it is. I know you've probably seen this, Tom. The rating's a little over 20,000 for college football championship.
20 million.
Yeah, what did I say? 20,000, 20 million?
22 million.
Yeah, 22
million.
So, which is down. Are you guys on the side of like college football fatigue because it's too late, or is it Monday? Because I think
what should it be though? I mean, 22 million still a heck of an audience.
Super Bowl's what, 100?
Well, they're not going to get Super Bowl numbers because it's not played on a Sunday and it's not on a network.
I think it should clear. One, it should be on ABC. Two, if you play it on Saturday, if you played it this Saturday, you would have a monopoly. There's no football. It's just college basketball. You'd slaughter college basketball. You can make it where, hey, it's still a football weekend. The best college football game of the year and the two best NFL games of the year. Let's sandwich them together. Let's go.
I'm okay with that.
That, to me, is appealing to a casual football fan, regardless of who's in it.
There's something to what you said. Occasionally there is. Not always, but it's so.
I picked up on that, Clay. That's well
perfect.
Clay, that went over my head. So Tom,
I got it, though.
Perfect storm. First of all, and just think of it in these terms, if LSU and Alabama played in the national championship game, it's a turnoff to a lot of people that are outside, the Southeastern Conference footprint. And that reduces the interest nationally. You got the same thing going on in that both of those teams are polarized as far as fan bases. For instance, I've got 4 or 5 buddies that I fish with that have, winter homes on the White River and come down here in the wintertime because it's too cold in Michigan and they fish. And they hate Ohio State. And you get that. We've heard, that rivalry. They're not going to watch. They are not. And that's the whole state of Michigan. And you take out how many million people are there? And then you
got Detroit.
Yeah.
That upper Midwest.
There's a lot of people. I mean, Michigan, there's towns everywhere. I mean,
two-thirds of the American population still live east of the Mississippi. So.
Correct. So and then you've got Ohio State. We don't like them. They're hated by a lot. They're elitist. They're arrogant. So. And then you take anything west of the Mississippi. You've got 2 regional teams playing each other, and there's a lot of people that didn't want to watch that game because they don't like either one of those teams. And I heard it from people around here. It's like, I hate Ohio State. I don't like Notre Dame. Zach Orange talks about them all the time. I don't want anything to do with them. And so you've got people that decided not to watch it because of the team.
Tell us more about how Zach Orange is ruining the state. Please expand on that conversation. I'll let you have the rest of the show. I'm kidding, Zach. I'm
serious.
I'm just serious.
But I'm not saying what he's doing is wrong. It's right for him, but it doesn't endear himself to the people that don't like Notre Dame, and it also creates a few people that don't like Notre Dame that might have before he started all this stuff.
Plus, Rudy was still offsides, so.
I would agree wholeheartedly on that. All right,
I think, first of all, that was all fabricated. There was never a Rudy except just a little bit north of Alma. There is a Rudy right there. That's the only real Rudy. Hollywood, they just dreamed all that stuff up. There's no such thing as Rudy.
Listen, Notre Dame, that was an incredible atmosphere to take in South Bend, but South Bend is kind of a bleep hole. It's not you would think of this like pristine, like really nice town. It's kind of a dump.
How dare you?
I mean, the only thing good they have is Touchdown Jesus. That's it. After you've seen that. Now, I mean, am I telling you the truth that after you saw Touchdown Jesus, you said, okay, I can go now. I've seen it. That's all I really wanted to do. I don't care anything about it. Their tailgate's not any good.
I can't jump
That's
on
what
board
I've been
with
told.
That.
But the Michigan people, they don't like Notre Dame either.
Yeah.
I mean, they played them a lot. So,
kept us from having to play Michigan is what they did for us one time. So.
Yeah. And then, Lou Holtz turned everybody off, like his comments, like what he's got to be senile now. What'd you think?
Ryan Day picked up on him. That's for sure. He had plenty to say after the game.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're looking for your favorite lures and your favorite, soft plastic baits and others, Pradco has a great website, and at the click of a button, they can be on your doorstep. LureNet.com is not only the place for Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but it also has exclusive deals and baits that you just won't find anywhere else. Some of their best brands. Free shipping on U.S. orders over $35, so it'll be right on your doorstep when you are ready. So treat yourself and your buddies to some of your favorite tackle box treasures. Check them all out at lurenet.com.
SEC update coming up. What did Bruce Pearl have to say about Janai Broome? Other games this weekend outside of Arkansas and Oklahoma. We'll tell you next.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics in Bentonville. Get back to living your life.
Zero to the other end for a throwdown.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
This is the Morning Rush.
Just knocked him into next week. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that wasn't fair.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
I don't think Rodgers is going out the way Elway did.
I hope he does. I hope he plays for the Jets.
That's right, Dolphins fan. Makes sense.
I'm a patient there, and you can be too.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball to NHL and UFC, head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Eat Lux your way with the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. The $5 Classic box is iconic all over. The $7 Supreme box has your decadent favorites and then some. The $9 Discovery box introduces you to your newest obsession, like cheesy dipping burritos. Introducing the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay.
Football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
You know, he sprained his ankle. Fortunately, it was his left ankle. And so as a left-handed player, he jumps off his right leg all the time.
Right,
so he hardly even uses that, right? It was the first time he ever sprained it. So, Coach, you know what that's like. When the first time you sprain it, it takes a little longer to repair. And obviously, we don't want to rush him back. So I would say, like, at this point, he's questionable for Saturday, but he'll be back. He is absolutely going to be back in the next week or two, I would imagine.
That's Bruce Pearl on Sirius XM talking about Janai Broomstads. I guess tomorrow we'll see officially if he's playing in this marquee matchup, same time as Arkansas and Oklahoma, 7:30, when the Balls head into Auburn, College game day.
Yeah, the jungle's going to be too much, I think, with or without him. But if maybe he can give you 8, 10, 12 minutes, I wouldn't surprise me, Clay, for him to warm up, go through, shoot around. I'm sure he's been doing some work, and might be a true game time decision.
Yeah, he whether he makes it back this weekend or next week, you know, it sounds like that they're going to have him for the stretch run, and they're good enough that they've been able to kind of absorb his loss. And I think that we get a little bit of that, you know, everybody pick up the slack the first game. It's the same thing that happened, you know, with not having Boogie Fland. You know, it's like, okay, everybody, we're going to do it. We're going to do it for Boogie. We're going to pull together. But then as time goes on, that wanes a little bit, and you really do miss him. Auburn has really got a lot more depth than Arkansas.
Oh, it's unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Clay, don't you miss?
They're poised for a nice run, and I think Alabama is too.
Clay, don't you miss the days of Tony Barbie? And I know Mark Godfrey had 1 or 2 good years, but those Alabama and Auburn days. But now you got, those are 2 of the best teams in basketball with Nate Oates and Bruce Pearl.
They could both be in the Final Four this year, and it's they're terrific. They're well coached. They're supremely talented. They've got a lot of depth. They've got their fan support. The arenas are just, you know, rolling. You know, they built that smaller arena at Auburn, and it was because they couldn't fill up the other one. Well, they could probably fill the other one, the older one, up now, but it's it's a true pit to play at. And now Coleman Coliseum is not anything special, but it's full and it is rocking. And the students do a nice job there.
They were having some trouble fundraising either for renovations or a new arena. I don't know if Nate Oates has made any progress on that, but the way they keep humming, that basketball team is it's just hard to beat.
It's really interesting what's happened with NIL, and all of the coaches will say we are perfectly fine with the arena that we've got. We want a good practice facility, but what we really want is NIL money.
Let's take it here. Clay, that's a great point. Let's take it here, for example. Tommy, remember when there was like the Bud Walton renovations and I think the specs that the Board of Trustees were looking at, you can help me on this
Yeah.
one. And then all of a sudden, like when Cal gets introduced and Hunter's sitting next to him at the press conference, I can't remember who asked this. Honestly, it might have been a Bob question, knowing Bob and asking good questions. I think it probably was, but it was like, so what about the allocating money and trying to fundraise and whatnot? And they basically said in so many words, I'm paraphrasing, but like, no, that we're focusing on NIL now. So it's like you're saying, Clay, it's not just surprise.
If you don't have them built by now, you're probably not going to get them anytime soon.
Yeah, it's. I think the NIL budget at Alabama is just pure gold. It is tremendous. It's interesting. The NIL budget for Alabama football isn't so great.
Byrne was having to like plead the fans, like, we are Alabama.
I mean, I think that their NIL budget in Arkansas were pretty similar. Like 12 or 13 or something like that. When you think, well, Ohio State and Texas have both got like 22 million. It's like, but their take on that was, well, Nick got 5 stars without that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not the same. The world's changed.
And Alabama, while there are there's rich donors in every SEC institution, it's still, I mean, it's not exactly, you don't think of like upper echelon, upper crust, just money upon money upon money in Tuscaloosa.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think Alabama is still it's a bigger state than Arkansas. The problem that you have is that you've got the state divided.
Yeah. What do you think it is? 60-40?
It might be more like 70-30, but it does there's an impact.
Yeah, there definitely is. And Arkansas doesn't have that impact. All right, other games SEC-wise this weekend. State goes to Columbia, South Carolina. Kentucky travels to Nashville. Vanderbilt's won some games this year. I'd be scared if I was Kentucky. Texas A&M at Texas, Georgia, Florida, Ole Miss, and Missouri. Mentioned the Tennessee-Auburn game. And then LSU travels to Alabama. Of course, the Razorbacks host Oklahoma this weekend. And that is your SEC update here on a Football and Fast Break Friday.
And it's brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custards. If you're wanting something sweet and delicious for a game time weekend, they've got it at Andy's. 2 locations in Conway, 1 in North Little Rock, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Take home the Pick 6, where you can mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors for a treat that you and your family will absolutely love this weekend. So swing by. They're in Fort Smith, as was said, on Rogers Avenue. 2 locations in Conway and JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. And download the Andy's app in the App Store. Walk up or drive through. They're ready to serve you at Andy's Frozen Custard.
I think Andy's, if I remember right, has had cereal on their Sundays and whatnot. So I do have a question for you, too. If, think about opening up a cereal box. Would you try pizza-flavored cereal? Cinnamon Toast Crunch is partnered with Totino's for a pizza-flavored cereal. Guys, I can't remember the last time I've had cereal, to be honest. Clay, would you try that? Pizza-flavored cereal?
I'm a Raisin Bran guy. I mean, It's just a broken record. We have other cereal in the house because we might have guests.
Yeah.
But it isn't for me.
You're Raisin Bran through and through?
Raisin Bran, yeah.
Are you a cereal guy, Tommy?
Frosted Flakes is probably my favorite one.
Yeah,
I don't eat 5 bowls of cereal.
More than good.
Huh?
They're great.
They're great. That's right. I probably don't eat 5 bowls of cereal a year, and if I do, it's probably in a Hampton Inn or a hotel somewhere where it's just
easy.
there and it's easy.
Colton, you're the youngest of us. Do you
The eggs
go through
are
cereal?
not very good
No.
there usually.
Don't go through a lot of cereal, but if I was to, and if I had my druthers, I would never choose pizza-flavored cereal in a million years.
I'd rather just have the pizza.
We're all out.
Yeah,
I'm not a milk guy.
Cold pizza in the morning is wonderful.
I support the Navy Big Captain Crunch guy.
But I'm not a big. I mean, do you just drink a glass of milk to drink a glass of milk? I don't drink 5 glasses of milk a year.
Chocolate. If you're talking about hotel eggs, if I see chocolate milk in a hotel, it's getting drank.
But it's not a regular thing for you, right? I mean, I just don't go and pour myself a glass of milk anymore.
What's in my fridge right now is like hot sauce, barbecue sauce, steak, and I think that's it in the fridge. I don't have eggs, milk, any of that. Like the normal what you grew up with. It's funny, like you have this structure.
You've got ketchup.
Yeah, there is ketchup, Clay. The packets and whatnot that have been from fast food restaurants. But you have all this structure. Like when you grow up, your fridge it's like your mom and dad, they put it together. It looks real nice. They got the jams and jellies. They got what you're eating throughout the week, and everything's set up. And then when you're finally out of the house and you can do what you want, I mean, men's fridges are barren when they're not married, not engaged, or anything like that. It's just like any guy's house that I know is single that I go to, there's just nothing in there. And I feel like that's pretty commonplace.
Ty, I got a question. So if you're at Chick-fil-A, do you take the ketchup packets?
Do I take the ketchup to eat? Yeah.
You mean you swipe a few, take home?
Yeah, to eat with my fries or chicken or whatever.
Just take a few, and put them in your coat pocket so you got ketchup at home.
No, for the meal. If there might be one extra if I don't use it, but I'm not intentionally. No, I don't intentionally steal stuff. I don't drive back to Chick-fil-A
It's like when you're going to all these weddings, and you're staying in hotels. Do you take all the little shampoo?
I do packets? that. I'll come clean about that.
How about bath towels?
I don't take
one of those.
I don't take bath towels. Do you take bath towels, Tommy?
No.
Okay, I do. I will 100%.
There's occasionally if I'm staying somewhere and I need one for my golf bag, occasionally want to slip
face soap, body wash, shampoo, conditioner. Yeah, there's like a million of those in my travel bag.
I had a buddy at the Tulsa World who, I was over at his house for an event. I think a get together. He's a single guy, and I went to the restroom and he had towels stacked up, folded. In an open area where you could see them just folded, and all of them had an H on them. And I thought, well, that doesn't make any sense. His last name is Klein. It should be a K. And I said, man, you got monograms for me. And he goes, oh, that's every time I stay at a Hilton.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't know how
where that was going, didn't you?
Yeah. And Ty, you won't know how to really fold a towel till you get married. And then you'll learn that you've been doing it wrong your whole life. So that's the other thing about folding towels.
No matter how you fold it.
No matter how you fold it, you have been doing it wrong.
I think I'm just going to end up being like the fun uncle and a dog dad.
When are you going to become fun?
Been fun my entire life.
It's Football Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. We're talking joint preservation. You can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments. That's a mouthful, but what it means is they take the healing properties, the healing powers from your body, and put those right to where you're hurting the most. Your shoulder, your back, knees, hips, wherever it hurts. They've helped tens of thousands of people with their pain. They can help you as well. 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetics. Great weekend to be on the White River. I bet Clay will be wetting the line sometime today. It's going to be a nice day to be out there. Gaston's is always the spot we stay when we go to the White River. Just conveniently located right near the state park, right below the dam. They have winter rates right now, so you can save on the lodging at Gaston's by calling 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Gaston's. A first-class time, every time.
It's Fast Break Friday on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Lands off a screen, top of the circle, buries the three-pointer.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This building is one of the toughest to play in.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The Paint Store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
A new Arab chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
All right, final segment here on the Morning Rush Football Friday. Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics.
Yeah, if your doctors told you steroids, drugs, surgery, downtime is the only way to fix your aching joints, there's a better way with QC Kinetics.
Crick in the neck.
It's just not normal. Exactly. The pain caused from chronic joint pain day after day, are you going to just deal with it and live with it, or get back to doing the things you love? QC Kinetics can get you moving again. 479-999-1234 is their number. They use regenerative joint preservation with QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. PRP, they take the healing powers from your own body and put them right to where it hurts the most to attack the pain from arthritis and injuries and other things. Tens of thousands of people have felt the benefits from QC Kinetics. 479-999-1234, 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
Yeah, I always believe losing can be either a positive or a negative. And so obviously you lose a football game and that sucks and you don't have the undefeated season, but you learn from those mistakes. You learn where you can get better and you use that to make yourself a better football team and a better player. And so just learning from that game, going up against one of the best football teams in the NFL and losing, you find some of your weaknesses, you try to make those things better. And then I think the most positive, I didn't have to play week 18. So that was probably the best for me.
Clay, I made the point earlier. That's Patrick Mahomes, by the way. I think most of y'all know his voice by now. But Tommy and I were talking earlier. We like this weekend almost better than the Super Bowl. And I know that for a fact. Where are you on conference championship weekend versus the final week of the NFL season?
Well, I think that you see the excitement in the players. We're going to the Super Bowl. So I think that it's kind of like when you win a super regional. We're going to Omaha. And
Omaha.
That's pretty exciting. And I think it's cool. And I guess I'm maybe a little bit of a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I mean, not a big one, but I pull for them, and I like all the stuff kind of around the Chiefs. You got Taylor Swift. I'm not a Taylor Swift person, but it's kind of a little sideshow, that you're going to get with Kelsey, and a lot of the players. We've seen them be successful for so long. You've got good players from both these teams. So, yeah, it's a good week. This is a good Sunday night.
No question about it. And that's going to do it for our show here this morning. Appreciate Clay Henry, the features editor of Whole Hog Sports. You can read all of his content there. Clay, appreciate you always jumping in with us. You always give us good stuff on a Football Friday.
You guys hang tough. Just good luck with those teenagers, Tommy.
He stepped out, but he'll definitely take that. Hey, just a reminder, our Miracles and Magic partnership with Arkansas Children's Northwest is going on with their Mediathon. Check it out at hitthatline.com. Let's make a difference together. Brought to you by Heartland Honda, Crabtree RV, Slotsky's, and Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center.
Mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just